flying into the arena as we have the first attack happening. We have Clash Champs starting things off again. And wait a second, I know those blue creatures. It's Super Bowlers. We have not seen them that much over this tournament so far. But I'm really looking forward what Clash Champs in Castro can do. They can show it out to us.
Well, Eric has highlighted this numerous times, but whenever Clash Champs open with the 3-star, they are very difficult to defeat. So let's see if his plan is going to work. So far, the Flinger is getting good value down the bottom. He's got the base open, a little bit of a funnel already set. I do notice the Poison Tower behind the Town Hall, which is something you've been focusing on a little bit during the matches today as well, it's
That's right, the Poison behind the Town Hall. At the same time, if you're going through the Town Hall, this means the Town of Poison and the Poison Tower, they do not stack, which is perfect for him, even triggering the Poison Tower early. So perfect case right there. And what you typically do is you try to charge the Town Hall, trigger the Town of Poison, and then play the Super Bowlers delayed through the Town Hall Poison. And take a look at that. As soon as the troops are behind the Town Hall, one jump is going to open up everything.
Yeah, this will allow him to save the Warden ability as well. As you correctly point out, once the Town Hall goes down, the Poison is now active, and his Super Bowlers are nowhere near it. It's just about getting that timing, so they do move into this compartment before the Archer Queen starts taking out everything else. Oh, and as I say that, 2 Super Bowlers walk around it too.
Remember, Super Bowlers are ranged troops, so funneling them is not too easy, and a Super Bowler smash with just one Super Bowler is not really that threatening, but we have seen Clash Champs turning around attacks like crazy. So can they make that work with one Super Bowler in the core?
He's got the Archer Queen there as well, alongside the Grand Warden ability and the Rage spell. He might be able to still make this work. They are getting great value, and if he could get that multi-target Inferno, which is he is about to, he's got the Queen ability, the Royal Champion ability, and multiple spells left over. Timing of these is critical, as he's allowing the Queen to absorb that damage first. Ability goes off, the Skeleton spell is already down. 40 seconds, and it's looking good for P. Castro to kick things off for Clash Champs. The Skeleton spell is their only hope, but he's already taking a sip of his water. He's got the free spell, and with only a few buildings remaining, Clash Champs take the early lead in the Grand Finals.
What an attack this was. We have said they have turned attacks like this around, and that's exactly what they're doing. The entry with the boulders walking around did not go perfectly, but the recovery was impressive. And when Castro starting early with a strong attack, we know what this means for their opponents, but let's hear from themselves.
How can you not fall in love with Clash Champs and those celebrations? It is amazing to see. Their performance is next level, and so are their celebrations, putting the pressure on Repotted Gaming. Let's see if they can respond.
Castro has to defend now, and it is versus General X. We have the Super Barbarians, we have a lot of supportive tools, and we have a Queen Charge yet again with the recall spell. So far, it felt like the Queen Charge attacks did not work out that great for Repotted, but it seems to be their only answer versus the basis of Clash Champs. Clash Champs using this time around an invisibility tower behind the Town Hall, which is always spelling danger for whoever is going to enter into that Town Hall compartment. With test loons and everything raining down, it means that those troops in the beginning are staying safe. There goes the healers, but remember, he is using the recall spell.
He is. There was one seeking air mine, but again, he's going to recall the queen out of there so he can be relatively safe versus the traps. He did have to use an extra couple of super barbarians to funnel the top defenses since the Builderhood kept repairing them. And notice that the healers, like you said, just quickly redirect to the queen. And he also waited until the invisibility spell tower was popped before he did that.
That's right. Having the healers transfer over, and now it's all about a huge hero dive into the core of this base. Wall break is going strong. The wall is open. He has quite a few spells left, even the jump spell to open up the entire base. Flying Castle is getting dealt with some nice spells, and the warden ability should be used anytime soon.
Yeah, I was waiting for that warden ability. Just such huge damage moving into the base. Archer Queen still holding back a little bit here, Itsu, and getting caught up, whilst the king is up top, but not really getting the value that he wants. Is that monolith going to survive? The invisibility spell tower is reactivating.
That's right, the queen. No, queen! No! Don't go for that wall! Can she retarget? That would be huge for him. He's trying to turn the skeletons invisible to make sure the queen is going to go back, but she is not. She's staying on that wall. She is dedicated to take this storage out. But take a look at that. The siege has opened a really good path for this queen, but she's having different plans. I mean, that queen is like going crazy.
The elixir collector at the bottom of the base was closest, so she wanted to go down and take that out first, naturally. But what that does for General X is mean that time continues to tick down. There is a huge amount of base. Look, that invisibility spell tower reactivating again. Surely not a third time during one attack. He's still got a rage and an invisibility spell. Carefully waiting onto those headhunters to try and power them in towards the defending queen. There's the invisibility. He's saving onto the headhunters for cleanup at this point, too, because even if he doesn't 3-star, he's got to try and push that percentage.
24 seconds. More troops are getting placed. The queen with her ability and the unicorn alive, but that multi-frontier out of range. And as you said it, the invisibility tower has reloaded and is going to make a 3-star impossible. The queen ability has been used, and every single percentage point is important. But at this point, this is 0 out of 6 for Repotted versus Clash Champs. 0 out of 6 attacks they were able to successfully 3-star. And if this is not getting to their heads, that would be quite impressive.
How do you even shake that off if you are Repotted Gaming? Just, they've been so impressive versus every single team, but it feels like whatever they do, Clash Champs have the counter for it. And they have also started off on offense perfectly here. Should they get a 3-star in the next attack, I know Repotted Gaming are right there. They just have to try and pick things up, but like you said, it must be very difficult. So let's see if Clash Champs can do that.
The Super Dragons returning, and take a look at that. We even have the double recall spell, just making sure that a troop, which is the Super Dragon, not needing that many spells. And we have the crowd going crazy and cheering for a defense to make this match as close as possible.
That's what's fantastic about being in the arena, is just seeing the atmosphere and how everybody gets involved. I've got to say, I love the fact that he doesn't need 2 versions of Super Troops, so opts for the Super Giant here. It's got a huge amount of hit points, so it can tank that queen for so much longer than what we normally see when regular Giants are used.
Yeah, I think in general, it's just such a cool thing with the addition of the recall spell. No one was really sure if it getting used a lot, then it got buffed, and now it's just everywhere, just being such a creative tool. And we have already heard from earlier that those pros are just so good with those creative tools, and this is exactly now where those troops are getting placed right into that high damage area.
Yeah, one seeking air mine hits a Super Dragon. Just waiting on that Warden ability until the Battle Blimp moves through. The Warden gets pushed back with the Sweeper, catches the Tornado Trap, so he's trying to hold on to the ability. He does actually catch all of the Super Dragons bar one, and the Battle Blimp makes its route to the Town Hall, gets there with the Rage. Now the Rocket Balloons fly to it, but with the Town Hall down, what's going to happen with these Clan Castle troops? The Lava Hound is going to slow down his heroes quite significantly. The Rocket Balloon's not going to cause too big of a threat.
That's right, Rocket Balloons without their ability, it's not as dangerous for those heroes. But there's quite a few defenses left standing. The Expos, the defending King, the defending Warden, and that defending Scattershot has to be taken care of. The skeleton traps are delaying things a little bit. The Warden, the Phoenix is going off. Prow is saying defense. Is it going to be? That's the question. King ability is getting used.
It's hard to say with all of the hero abilities. Like you said, the King spawns all of those barbarians, and he also has the Queen and Royal Champion ability with two Expos firing at them. And look at the bottom of the screen as well. We've got the defending Royal Champion and the Scattershot. The confidence is not there for Clash Champs in this attack. They know it's not going to go through, but they have to try and get that percentage because Repotted Gaming were right up there by 90.
And then really, really good poison, defensive poison spell, delaying the Queen and the Royal Champ even further, because at this point it's about time as well, and every single building which you can defend. I mean, we have now the defense for Repotted. And remember how the last match went. Clash Champs have gotten the first two attacks 3 stars. After that was it. No more 3 stars. So having a defense now at this point is huge for Repotted. They just still have to search for their first 3 stars. That's the other problem.
It is. It's always a bit of bittersweet feeling when you do get a defense because, yep, you've managed to defend, but you'd always rather have the 3 stars in the pocket. So for Repotted Gaming, whilst that's a huge turn of events, they do have to capitalize on it. And on the flip side, yes, Clash Champs didn't get any other 3 stars, but Repotted didn't get any in that first matchup either.
That's right. We can see again the Blimp taking out the Monolith. Everything went perfect. Even the freezes were, I mean, to me, just on the next level. He was able to freeze the Eagle and both sweepers on the opposite sides of them. That was just mind-blowing. Let's take a look at the next attack, and it's going to blow our minds as well.
We hear the crowd for Clash Champs shouting defense, both sides trying to rally the teams up together. And we do have the Super Barbarians, 2 clone spells with the Battle Blimp selected. Now we have seen numerous Super Archer Blimp attacks, so I'm curious as to whether that is what we will see here. A couple of balloons to try and snipe buildings initially, then the Battle Blimp flying through. See where he's going to land here at 2.
He's landing right next to the Town Hall, and we see the Super Archers. There's the clone. And
oh, the Wall Breaker's got cloned!
No way! That is just the worst possible moment. I mean, he opened the entire base, but this is not what you want to see.
You have to delay the clone spells so that your test troops are able to get out of the way and be destroyed. But with the Tornado Trap, the Super Wall Breaker didn't move forward and bust the wall. So that is a huge turn of events. Like you said, he still gets the Town Hall. All is not lost here, but with such a big investment, 0 spells left over, this is tricky.
It is for sure. With everything now getting sent in the top side, the only good news, like for him right now, is that he had not to invest the Warden for that type of blimp. It was a blimp without the Warden ability, without a heavy investment on the troop space. Yes, spell-wise, it was quite an investment for sure, but maybe those troops can now power through the remaining defense because the Warden ability for that defending area at the bottom side with the Monolith and the Eagle, that I think is a great timing to use it and make sure that they're staying alive.
Got to time the Royal Champion perfectly here as well because he's got no wall breaks or jump spells, which means he doesn't have clear access into that compartment. He uses the Warden ability now with all of the Barbarians from the King trying to absorb damage whilst the Clan Castle troops are there as well. Thankfully, he's got an Electro Titan, but it is getting fired at and going to go down, meaning any skeleton traps on defense now could be huge. The Queen trying to get through to that multi-target Inferno. She's got her ability, but she's not there whilst the other troops are tanking.
That Queen barely staying alive, but the Expo on the back end is just causing a lot of problems. The Super Barbarians are getting added. The defending Royal Champ is going down. The Royal Champ on his side is trying his best or her best to somehow power through a ground skeleton, as you mentioned. Oh no, is it enough power though?
Really needed that Electro Titan for this moment. Royal Champion caught up. Scattershot locks on. Once the Expo turns around, she will go down. And it is a huge defense for Clash Champs with the 89 just clicking into the 90s. 91%, 92% even. Come on. Trying to get the percentage right here. 92% for Repotted Gaming. And Clash Champs, whilst they had that one little blip, they are still in the lead. And their bases still hold Repotted Gaming back. It is becoming their kryptonite at this point.
Yeah, it really looks like that. Even though I feel like on this one, it was less the base to be blamed, because I feel like the plan looked great. He got a lot of percentage, even though he cloned the the wall breaks inside that blimp. So the plan looked completely fine. The idea was great. But in the end, you can see that again. The clone spells are getting used. The wall break was caught inside the tornado trap. And this is why he was still inside that, cloned area. That NATO trap, even though it did not hit the super archers themselves, kind of turned around the entire attack.
Yeah, I guess he got them a little bit too far, and maybe he expected the wall breakers to go back over towards the outside compartment, but either way, wasn't meant to be. Let's see if Clash Champs can get another 3-star to extend their lead.
The crowd is ready, we are ready, and we have Clash Champs going again with the Super Bowlers. And I feel like Repotted definitely did not prepare for that, since Clash Champs felt like Bowlers were their, I don't know, kryptonite to some degree as well during the qualifiers. But it seems like they really made sure that they know how to play this true. But where's the Queen going next? He's turning some buildings invisible, but the Queen is going for the... Okay, she's going around, going inside, and she has to do the same thing as with the other attack. She has to take down the Town Hall, and then you're going to enter with those boulders to avoid the Town Hall poison.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Quick reactions with the invisibility spell just to make sure she did move on into the inside, because you can see how important that is now. Just about to lock up the Town Hall. Ice Golems and Super Bowlers move in. Again, delayed, but trying to time it perfectly before those buildings go down. Seems like it's timed a little bit better this time to push the Super Bowlers forward. Oh, no, maybe I jinxed it. Oh, gosh. Warden ability used perfectly, though. That was really good to try and capture everything before they moved around. If he could get the Eagle Artillery here, which he does, and maybe a little bit more protection for the Queen moving through, he could still turn this around.
I feel like that was one of those bait Warden abilities. Yes, you catch everything, but Judo, take a look at this core. You do not want to approach this without the Warden ability. Rage up Expos, triple raged up or possible raged up multi in front of towers. This is not fun to face, and now it's all about the boulders on the outside. Can they throw enough rocks to make this work? We have the Royal Champ getting added early on to share the damage with that Queen, but with multi inferno towers, that's not as easy as that.
It's not, and by the time the Royal Champion got the multi-target Inferno down, the Super Bowlers were already gone. Archer Queen gets the Rage Tower. Royal Champion and Diggy doing a tremendous job here as the Queen ability is popped. She should be able to get the Expo and the multi. He's still got a freeze, but the Royal Champion sadly does fall. This is incredibly close. The Queen can get these skellies, and I think time is a big problem here. He's recovered this incredibly well, but what are your thoughts, Itsu? The Queen now stuck in that compartment. She's got to get out before she can start clearing any more of these buildings.
Yeah, she's going further and further into that corner and going down eventually, and that percentage, below 80%, is not looking good for Clash Champs. The only good news for them is that Repotted is 0 out of 7. 0 3-stars out of 7 attacks versus their bases. Because at this point, if Repotted just 3-stars once, they have quite a massive percentage lead.
A huge lead indeed, because those last 2 attacks, certainly not what we expected from the start of this war. And I think that's a lesson to all of us, that things can change drastically even after those first attacks. So let's see if Repotted can get their first 3-star.
Concentrating, and we have another Queen Charge Recall Super Barbarians. Those have not worked so far versus the basis of Clash Champs. Can they get their 3-star now? This would be such a massive momentum swing for them. And he's starting things off with an Ice Golem with his Queen to really make sure that this defending air defense and the Royal Champ together have no chances of taking down possible healers for him. But take a look at that, no! The healers are chasing, I think, some of the Seeking Goblins or even the Headhunter. The Queen should turn around and charge into that scatter. But remember again, he has the recall spell, so time is for sure an issue. And wait, Queen, come back! Where is she going?
Oh no! What's he going to do here? Maybe send in a... He can't really even target them with the balloons. He just gives up on that section, recalls the Queen, pops her over to 3 o'clock, and has to now make a backup plan towards that scatter. Queen taking a little bit of damage. I'm sure he didn't want to use any spells in this area because he was thinking the Queen might have been better topped up if he did have to use a rage in that top compartment had she have walked in. Manages to get through though, has some pathing, but he's going to take some damage from that scatter shot as he deploys the troops to the most northern area of the base to support the king.
Oh, there are the Super Barbarians, and now he has to be careful because that Flinger, that Log Launcher, if it gets targeted, that would be really bad news for him. He wants to get as far as possible into that base. The Eagle, the Expo, the Multi-Inferno Tower, all of those have to go down because the Queen and her healers are in danger otherwise.
He's already used the Warning ability, so with that raged up multi-target Inferno, they are going to take massive damage as the defending Clan Castle troops distract everything. What does he have inside that Log Launcher? And remember, he's still got to make sure the Queen loops around for that Town Hall as she moves in. There's a lot of distractions here. He's got the Royal Champion as a bit of a backup, and obviously all of the Super Barbarians. But there's the Rage. The Invisibility, lovely Rage there actually to catch the Eddies into.
That's right, the Rage was quite nice for him. But take a look at that, there goes the freeze. The healers are getting kept alive, but now it's all about the back end.
Oh, look at that!
Take a look at that. The Rage Tower inside the middle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tesla, 2 Expos, Scanner, Multi-Inferno Tower. I think you can't put any more defenses in there.
You cannot. He's got no Warden ability. He's got the freezes, which he has to time perfectly. Just missed the Rage spell activating, so the Royal Champion is taking huge damage with the Skeleton Trap distracting her. Queen down the bottom of the base. She's got her ability, but does she have time to come up? Great use of the invisibility to try and keep the Royal Champion moving, but she's stuck now. And the Tornado Trap proves to be fatal for Mech. Using the Queen ability to get into the 90s, they can have the percentage, but they're not able to close out the 3 stars, which means Clash Champs still have the lead, and they need to try and get another triple because the momentum has to be picked back up for them. Like you've correctly said, if Repotted Gaming are able to convert, they are well out in front.
Yeah, to me it's really crazy. I mean, at this point, like how many defenses do the Clash Champ bases have at this point versus this strategy? It's not like in general that they're defending incredible, but it feels like Repotted says, this is the strategy we want to use versus those bases, and it's just not working. So I'm kind of wondering, when are they going to change that, or are they just not seeing any other options?
Yeah, it's really difficult, isn't it? Because in this situation, you can't... I mean, I am sure the players are well-versed, but on the big stage, you have to be comfortable with what you're doing. If something starts to go wrong, you've got to be able to adapt. So it's really hard for Repotted to just switch it up during the tournament. However, let's see if Clash Champs can capitalize on this. Loop coming in with one of well, basically the same approach as what we have just seen. Is he going to use the Battle Blimp initially though? A couple of loons and the Warden ability. We've seen numerous Yeti blimps from Clash Champs deciding to rage this area to try and get the Eagle, the Expo, and Multi, which he should be able to easily get. He's got the Clan Castle pull, and alongside the use of those loons initially, he's got a huge path created, so there is nowhere else for the Queen to go. She's pretty well protected whilst taking out the Lava Hound. Then we've just got to see the follow-up. 30 seconds in, everything going to plan so far. It's really good that his Warren survived because he can take out those buildings up top and get a little bit extra value, which could be crucial when it comes down to time.
That's right. And I think we have seen this exact attack already earlier, with the only difference were Hog Riders as a follow-up, and that was from Super VLTX. So did Clash Champs say, well, we like that Queen shot, it did go well with the jump into the Town Hall, but then we want to do something different. We want to do the Super Barbarians instead of the Hog Riders, because let's be honest, the Hogs so far in this event had not the greatest success.
They have not, and I remember it was such an extensive Queen charge, wasn't it, that he was really running short on time. There is the jump, just like you said. The Coco Loons making sure to protect the healers, because if anything goes wrong with the Queen charges, it can then go horribly wrong. Has the Rage Tower popped, and he's not really under any other damage other than the Raged Up Expo. An aggressive Rage on the Queen alongside the invisibility means as she steps forward to the Town Hall, she's still under Rage.
That's right, still under range, and time is really, really important. We have the Royal Champ getting at it on the outside. The Super Barbarians out there. There goes the Warbreak. The Queen is staying alive. And now it's all about the push. 1 minute for around about 30% left of the space.
30%, and I'm watching that Rage Tower. There it goes, activating as the Ice Golem is flung off. He's now got to try and swarm that area. 2 freeze spells to perfectly time. There is the first to protect the Royal Champion. Archer Queen is using the ability. He is celebrating because with 40 seconds left, so many troops and spells. He's got this. Now, it's very hard for them to remain calm. I was thinking, stay there just for another couple of seconds until the 3-star is guaranteed. But in his head, he knew it. That is now a huge lead for Clash Champs, and they are within touching distance of that trophy that they are staring at this entire match.
That's right, they have the lead on stars, and that's just the most important things. Reported has such good percentage, you can see it still on the right side in this replay. They have the percentage, but in the end, what is more important? That's right, it is getting those 3 stars, and this is something which feels impossible for them in this match. And we can see the celebration, the energy, the relief of getting that 3-star.
Let's go to Team Comms after that one. I would have loved to hear those screams, but let's see what Repotted can do. They're not out of this yet. Let's see if they can pull it back.
Fantastic. He has to do it for his team. He is having quite an interesting army composition with a battle drill and a couple of invisibility spells. Are we going to witness again the invisible drill, the invisible blizzard, if you want to call it that way? Where is he going to start? That's the big question. He's starting with a couple of Super Barons. There goes the drill. What are the defenses he's going to turn invisible? It's going to be the bottom ones. So he is targeting the builder huts. The drill is going through, and he's going to have his blizzard right behind that town hall.
Manages to turn them invisible. Do they get caught on the Lava Hound hit? No, they are going to stay there and get the town hall down, get the other defenses. Can he chain through the rest of this huge value from this blizzard? Is he going to use another invisibility? He's accepting that value, but I think that's more than, well, exactly what he could have expected.
Yeah, really, really good. Creative way on approaching that base. And back in the days, Fantastic was known as one of the best Blizzard Lotto attackers in the entire world. But now we have the Queen starting her dive, going for that Eagle compartment, going for that Eagle direction, when we have the King charging into that scatter compartment.
Indeed, with the Royal Champion now reinforcing as well. All of the Barbarians can swarm this area, help to get through the skeleton traps, dodge the giant bomb there as well, which was really nice. And look at the pathing of the Royal Champion here, thanks to the Blizzard. She's just going to hop straight on into that Eagle compartment and start to take down those defenses. Grand Warden still able to be utilized here as well, alongside the Lalo. So huge value from Timtastic. The invisibility for the Royal Champion, really wanting to save onto that ability. Off it goes. And he get this section though. I think he really wants the Eagle Artillery too.
That's right, another invisibility spell is invested. The HP, is it going to drop the Expo, the Monolith? And yes, it's going down. And then we have the Lalo starting into the last scanner, into the last Rage Tower area with the Queen. And those headhunters, if there's any spring traps, that could be really, really devastating.
There is the defensive rage going off with the Warden ability perfectly timed to mitigate that. Alongside the haze spells to quickly get them in, start taking the defenses down. Lava Hound also pops the tornado trap down the bottom, which is fantastic. And he still has 7 balloons left to use, trying to just pick off that bottom air defense if he can. The balloons have got to get down to that monolith. 30 seconds, Itsu, what do you think?
The Queen has stayed alive. The headhunters did not take her down. He has to the freeze, but the Warden is next. He has to freeze it, and he sees already he is not happy because that Queen, we have talked about it, her staying alive could be really bad for the attack.
With picking off the Warden, he's got nothing to take the clan castle down. Even if he gets the defenses, he's going to run out of time here, meaning it is yet another 2-star Clash Champs' bases being on another level. And now all they need is the 2 stars to claim the World Championship title. The big question is, do they just flip the plan, go for 2 stars and then go crazy? Or do they try and get the 3 and finish off in style?
I wouldn't be surprised if they just stand up and flip the desk. I mean, let's hope that this desk is really, really well prepared, because that's not going to be an easy task. But first, for now, it's 2 stars. So close, yet so far 2 stars. Should be possible, maybe.
I think it's possible. Get the Builder and Hammer Jam on speed dial for this desk, because we have seen the celebrations of Clash Champs. You can see it in their faces. You know how much that defense meant to them, and they know they are so, so close. They have clearly been the best team so far, and this is the moment. Can they do it?
The finisher has to finish this with only needing 2 stars to claim the World Championship title. And yes, he celebrates already.
Celebrating.
Like, he knows Super Dragons for the Town Hall. He doesn't even need to send all of the Super Dragon. It's just getting the Town Hall, Flame Flinger. Let that even work for like 1 minute. He does not need the time.
Yep.
They do not care about 3 stars. 2 stars. Town Hall and 50%. This is what this strategy screams to me right now.
This is exactly what I would say. And this is what I would do, and I admire him for just doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So many times we see people trying to force the 3-star strategy, make a mistake, and then they lose the war because they 1-star. Seleno, swallowing his pride, doesn't care about his own personal stats. He cares about his team victory, which I think is very admirable. So, Super Dragon's in. He does commit them all into. He's not missing that Town Hall. He's going to use the King and the Royal Champion for cleanup and that 50%. But that is the marker, though. 50%. The Super Dragons are going to get caught up behind the Town Hall. Let's see what he can do.
I mean, not gonna lie, really surprised that he has sent all of those Super Dragons into that Town Hall, because he could have just, I mean, at this point you see how easy he has gotten the Town Hall. Just like circle the entire base. It's 10 more, or 12 more percentage. The Flinger is going, and he has not even deployed the King and the Royal Champion yet.
Just send them on the outside. Take the non-defensive buildings. Valkyrie's worn out. He's celebrating. He can't focus, and I don't blame him. I couldn't either. There is the 2-star. Clash Champs are your world champions. They can celebrate for the rest of this attack and just enjoy their victory. Oh my goodness. We've seen amazing celebrations from him in the qualifiers. At this moment, I don't think he can quite believe it. And wow, I'm just speechless at this point. They have been the best team here by far, thoroughly deserved the victory. And as this attack closes out, they can finally just rest. They don't have to remain as focused for the rest of this.
I mean, it is just incredible. And they were not only the best, but as well the by far smartest team. Do not overcomplicate things on Town Hall 15, and this was to perfection. They knew what they had to do. They came in here with the best strategies prepared, and they delivered. On offense, on defense, holding back Repotted twice on such low scores is just mind-blowing to me. It's impressive, and it's just not from this world.
No, indeed. I mean, they're just waiting. Respect for Repotted Gaming. Again, they're just a true clash act, I guess. Because they don't want to go celebrating right now. Respecting their opponents, they can wait and then get the celebrations after. But let's hear what they thought during that attack.
Caralho! Caralho, campeão mundial nessa porra, velho! Caralho! Chupa, caralho!
Just amazing, amazing to see. You know, you can't imagine what they are feeling inside in that moment. All of their fans there, all of the hard work that everybody has put in to support this team. And let's, you know, just respect everybody that's been here and give Repotted Gaming the applause they deserve for this last attack. Let's hear it, everybody. Repotted Gaming closing out the wall.
With his last attack, what is he going to do? What is he going to show us in this last attack with another siege, with another battle drill? We have quite a few of invisibility spells, but I feel like this one's going to be for the clan castle indeed, because there's no poison otherwise, which is giving us a clear indicator of those skeleton spells are supposed to take down the clan castle and a ton of buildings surrounding it.
I always love to see a Skelly, don't I? It used to be such a risky strategy, and I guess it still is, but the pros are incredibly good at this stage. But he does get the clan castle. Doesn't quite get the expo and the multi, so I guess I'm just full of jinxes today. I've been jinxing everyone, I apologize.
I was about to say, as you're saying, it's not as risky anymore. Two of the key defenses keep staying up. And at this point, it's full recovery mode. But I mean, it would be just so impressive to see Clash Champs winning twice back-to-back versus Repotted with 12 to 10 stars. 0 out of 10 would be such an impressive performance by the base bidding team. And I mean, it is crazy with the Queen not going. At this point, everything just goes wrong. It feels like the King would. Oh, okay. There goes the invisibility spell, redirecting that Queen. And now we have that battle drill getting forced into the full-time burn tower compartment.
Yeah, really nice job on that battle drill. It's always good to see the use of that because it's protected whilst it's underground, right? So that's why, as long as you can set up the pathing for it, it's quite a safe option. Now we see the Lalo moving in from the left. The Ice Hound initially helping them get a little bit further. He's got to wait on the Town Hall. It's not active yet, and he's got the Warden at the bottom of the base, hoping that, there we go, as the Town Hall activates, he's got just enough balloons that even once they go down, it's not really that big of a deal. That was well calculated.
Yeah, he just says, well, I need that Warden at the bottom side. Raged up defenses are no joke, and you need to have that Warden around there. But even with that, we have the Dragon Rider reinforcing that top side, but there's quite some defense left. Can he turn this around, even though the entry did not work out? That would be impressive, and it looks like it is. He is applauding to Clash Champs. They were the better team today, but that is another great attack from REPOTTED, and their first 3-star facing those Clash Champs bases.
Like you said, even though it didn't work out at the start, he's been able to flip this plan around, alter things to get those 3 stars, and it shows the caliber of REPOTTED Gaming. They, I feel, have been the underdog for so long, but they came into this tournament smashing teams, getting a very impressive victory over Navi as well. We can give them a round of applause as this year's runners-up, but it is Clash Champs who are your 2023 World Champions. Now they can celebrate. What a performance they have given throughout this weekend, and they can lift the World Championship trophy.
We have the Clash tonight back as well to celebrate this moment. They are just going crazy.
Fantastic. I can't wait to hear from them. They have been so calm. They have made sure that they were focused throughout the entire tournament, and they have won it from the upper bracket. Not even not taking a defeat, but barely taking wars into those close moments. I think the closest one was with Tribe, and they are going crazy. They've snapped the trophy here. Phenomenal performance. Absolutely brilliant job by Clash Champs. The strength is too much. There is their check for $300,000 for first place, and you see it on the top. Clash of Clans